Hi there, and welcome to the Daily Design. This habit is for you. If you are ending your days feeling like you've done a lot, you've been busy all day, but you end up getting to the end of the day and you feel like, I'm not sure I moved the dial on what really mattered. Or you're feeling like you're starting your days already behind the eight ball. So you wake up, you're grabbing your phone, you're checking your emails, you're already waking up with this feeling of being behind and starting your days in a reactive state. So, what do you do with this practice? So, first of all, this is a self leadership practice to help you, one, design your days for what matters and also increase your self awareness. So, let me tell you how. You'll start off in the morning by listening to a short audio exercise. In this morning audio, you'll do two things. The first thing you'll do is you'll shift your state. So, why shift your state? Most of us are being triggered by our external environment, the notifications, the news, the meetings, the stress, into a reactive state. Now, think about it for a second. When you are in a reactive, constrained, stressed, contracted state, what kind of decisions do you make just around food? When you're in that contracted, constrained state, what kind of decisions do you make just around food? And let's compare that to when you're in a more grounded, expanded, resourced, present, grateful, open, aware, elevated state. What decisions do you make around food when you're in that state? Well, that same impact on decision making, it happens not just around food, but around how you show up with your team, the decisions you make in your business, the decisions you make in your team, decisions you make with your family. So we really want to be conscious of what state am I in. So in the audio exercise, you will intentionally shift your state. There's no one way or right way to do this. There are several different ways, and you'll learn a few different ways that you can intentionally shift your state, but always with this goal of moving into a more expanded, resourceful, grounded, elevated, open, and aware state. Then, once you've done that, then you can start to pay attention and turn your attention to your day. Now you can ask yourself, what's actually most important for me to focus on today? What would success look like for me today? And that's your own definition of success, not someone else's definition, not what your mom thinks you should do or, the social media thinks you should do. Tune into yourself. What is my definition of success today? What are three things that would help me feel like I ended the day with focusing on what matters? So you get clear on that. So that's the morning component of the daily design. Then at the end of the day, you want to check in. So evenings are about reflection and recovery. So you want to check in, you want to reflect, and there's a worksheet to help you do this. How did your day go? Did you do your three things? If so, celebrate. If not, why not? Applying a growth mindset, not criticism. Why not? What went wrong? What were the obstacles you didn't foresee? So you want to reflect, and you also want to start to look for themes. So as you reflect on your day, when were the moments that you got pulled out of a resourceful and grounded state and pulled into a reactive and constrained state? So 95% of us think we're self-aware. This is research from Tasha Eurich. 95% of us think we're self-aware. Only 5 to 10% of us are. So we want to use that evening time to actually reflect and increase our self-awareness and start to look for themes. When was I pulled away out of a resourceful state and into a reactive state? This is about increasing your self-awareness and also identifying your leadership growth areas. So with this short practice, you are one, designing your day for what matters. You're increasing your skill in self leadership because you're leading yourself towards accomplishing what matters. And you're also increasing your self awareness. Give it a go. Let me know how it works out for you and reach out with any questions.